2016, when this first opened, and it was just a wee little group of us, and we were the underdog, and everybody was saying that he can't do it, he won't be there, he's too out of the box to get a damn vote, and we hit the pavement for him all the way to Philly. I was in Philly, I was there at the DNC, I was with Michelle and Jeremy and Keith, and we all just tore down.
So you are with the National Nurses United?
Yeah, I'm an at-large member, so like my job's not unionized, so I'm not technically CNA, but I did join as at-large, so I could be still part of the union. Yeah.
I thought what you said was really powerful because there's such a cognitive dissonance between the anchors on MSNBC tonight and like working people in America.
Generational warfare. We're at generational warfare right now, which is so sad because it's basically my aunts and my mom. Well, not my mom. My mom voted for Bernie. Shout out to mom. But it's like your aunts and your grandma and your uncles and stuff that are saying. F you.
No, you can.
Okay, so they're saying. You don't deserve a house, you don't deserve health care because I already got mine. And I literally was talking to older people and they're like, well, if you guys just work harder, why does Bezos need to pay more taxes when people can just go leave Amazon and go find another job? And I'm like, it is not that easy. They're so disconnected because they haven't had to do this stuff in a long time that they have no idea what's going on in the current system. And it's really sad. It's really sad. Like, I just feel like every day my face gets spit on by either high-level Democratic establishment or like people who just are really disconnected. And I'm like, no, please reconnect. I don't say F to my family and all of them, but I really do try to appeal to the human nature, like this is humanity, like we're literally fighting. It's not about Bernie, it has nothing to do with him as a person, it has everything to do with he's the only one that's actually trying to heal this country, And
when you look at the last 3 days, I mean, it's like the Empire Strikes Back, like Pete, Amy, Beto, I'm sure they're talking to Booker, Harris. There is such an organized effort right now, basically to stop the tyranny of universal health care, education, saving the planet, like basic stuff that's essentially a continuation of FDR that every other country laughs at us that we don't have. And it just seems remarkable to me. Biden keeps saying now, his line is, people don't want a revolution, they want results. Then why is Bernie packing stadiums of like 15,000, almost 20,000 at the convention center the other day, where Biden,
It's a small crowd. It's because, we literally they can manipulate the media, they can manipulate the minds. People still tune into MSNBC because they think it's the truth, or CNN, but they're being manipulated too. That's why we turn to independent media, because it's the only ones that will give us a voice and tell the truth. But it's literally almost a stone cold wall. It is really hard to get someone to understand, and they're thinking that Biden can beat Trump. Trump is waiting. He's like a salivating dog looking at Biden like a steak. He's going to tear him apart. But you know what? I will say this, I've hit so many doors. I work full-time, 8 to 5 as a nurse. I actually am a manager, stressed out to the max, high-stress job. And in the evenings, I turned into an activist. I started coming out on my weekends, knocking doors. I'm not doing that for Biden. I'm not. And they can call me a bad Democrat. They can do it. They can trash me like they did in 2016. You were there, right, in Philly? Yeah. So you remember what we went through. They can do that, but I want to see the little grandmas with their walkers and their canes going up and down the street, knocking on doors. That's what I want to see. That's what's going to take to get Biden elected, and it still won't be enough. They think Hillary's loss was bad. This is going to completely crush the party. The DNC is already broke. They will go bankrupt. I don't know why Tom Perez and the whole DNC leadership's being so stupid, because if Bernie was the nominee, we would make it rain the DNC $27 at a time. I've donated over $1,000 to Bernie already. If Bernie's the nominee, that's going into the DNC. So why are they being that stupid?
Well, you're assuming that their main priority is winning, rather than keeping the consultants paid, the think tanks, the lobbyists, the whole revolving door.
I shouldn't have been a nurse. I should have been one of them. And that's another issue. It's we had 11 days to vote. I really did encourage people to vote early because I knew this last day would be the day that they pulled it. So, I mean, it's just I want to choke my own people right now, but it's okay. People are staying in line. People are encouraged. They're going to get their voice heard, I hope. I think that we've sent a message strong in California that not to mess with us. I just hope that this carries through the rest of the country. because I'm really scared. I mean, underneath the whole little I'm really scared.
And I want to ask you, as a nurse, Elizabeth Warren has said, Bernie hasn't done anything. That's not true, but I also think, literally the last 4 states, even in South Carolina, could you imagine 4 years ago? South Carolina, Nevada, Iowa, New Hampshire, majority of the voters said they're for Medicare for all. Tonight, in many of these states, Medicare for all was favored by the voters, even in some conservative states. That's what Bernie has done. That's what the nurses have done. That's a major shift in the Overton window consciousness. That wouldn't be with, Elizabeth Warren didn't do that. Joe Biden certainly didn't do that. So I think the steady diet of gradualism is slowly being chipped away because of Bernie and nurses like you.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the proof of the grassroots effort. Bernie is the organizer in chief. Like, he literally never stops. And so the Medicare for All conversation kept going past the 2016 election. I was knocking on doors for SB 562. We were doing town halls. We were canvassing. We were doing just all types of events, putting this on the forefront, exposing healthcare for what it is, which is a damn Ponzi scheme. Our healthcare system is a Ponzi scheme. Right now, if people with coronavirus are going to get a bill, they're going to get a bill for something that they shouldn't. But are they getting bills in China? Are they getting bills in other countries? No, but in America, you're going to get a bill. And that is really sucky. So that's what makes me worried about pandemics, is because people will stay home and they won't seek care when they need to. And that will mean that will spread. And so we're in trouble, and now the people know we're in trouble. But I hope to God that this wakes the people up and makes them hold every elected official accountable. Everybody who's endorsing Biden, who doesn't even know it's Super Tuesday and not Super Thursday, who can't recite the Declaration of Independence, Mr. Vice President, get your life together. He can't even formulate a statement. What makes you think he's going to be able to stand on the stage with Trump, who's going to go at him like a vicious dog, and he's going to be able to fumble his words? No, he doesn't.
Can I ask you, as a progressive a black woman, it's astounding to me. I just came from South Carolina. Joe Biden was lying about being arrested in apartheid South Africa. He's been lying about participating in civil rights sit-ins. The media doesn't even challenge him. And, not to say that he would have lost those states, but don't black voters have a right to know that this man is exploiting the civil rights movement? Hey, either he's lying or his mind is confusing things. Either way is pretty bad.
I mean, I don't want to go into it, make it seem ageist, because it's not. Bernie's older than he is. But when it comes to him formulating his words, I can see he's struggling. And as a nurse, those are some signs of dementia, when you're struggling to formulate thought and conversation. Now, like I said, it has nothing to do with his age. This is strictly objective nursing, looking at, and I really worry about that. Why are they elevating him? Regarding the black vote, it's a difficult field to navigate. You have to think about where are people who have been disenfranchised and suppressed and oppressed and enslaved and killed and everything for almost half a millennia. So that is really deeply embedded. And so there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of kind of wanting to be comfortable. There's a lot of I go with the normal face. And then they're using Obama as a token black friend. It's oh, hey, look, here's my friend Obama. Look, I was with Obama. And everyone's oh, Obama. And I'm no. So a lot of things I've been focusing on in the black community is wanting people to be more about the issues. And that's happening. That's really happening. It's just that it's taking a shift, but it's happening. People are focusing on the issues. It's just not getting reported. You may see a lot of people in the crowd who are black for supporting Bernie, but the media will focus on that one group of white, they'll say, look, Bernie has no black people in the crowd. And I'm yeah, we were over here. You never turned your camera our way. I don't get much press time. They go for somebody else. And I'm I've been with Bernie this whole time, and so have a lot of us. So it's just really difficult because people are I don't think Bernie has it. And Bernie's not the one to gloat about his civil rights involvement. he's not one that will do that. And I wish, honestly, I wish he would, because it would help me, like, you know, really try to lock in that black support more. But he just is not that type of person. And I get it, he's humble. But, you know, like I said, I'm hoping that, you know, the other states see, and they are waking up. More people are like, oh, I'm going to vote for Bernie this time. I voted for Hillary. I'm going to vote for Bernie. I don't like Biden. He's not got it, you know. And even actually, yesterday, the Africatown Coalition protested and had a press conference in front of Biden's office. They don't want him in the community. So they protested it, but guess who they tried to blame for it? Guess who the moderates came after? The Bernie bros. I had to go back and say, no, Bernie wasn't tied to this. This is the community, the Africatown Coalition, saying they do not want Biden and everything he represents in their community, which is they have every right to do. So, you know, once again, though, Bernie, it's Bernie's fault, you know, and Bernie had nothing to do with it.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com, where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.